Afternoon, guys. 16:02. Afternoon. Are you guys ready to get started? Thanks for joining me on YouTube, guys. Just a couple of reminders as always. This is the recap. Please make sure that you are aware of the reminders, guys. It's critical. You can always visit the YouTube channel again just to see this information. The trading support department is responsible for the trading room, everyone. And we want to get into the recap here this afternoon to see what's happened since we last joined. That was this morning. Good afternoon. Afternoon. Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me loud and clear? There's obviously, as always, a couple of guys that are still coming on. And we want to allow that and accommodate. All right. But whilst that's happening, don't forget these very important announcements, or at least these slides that provides you information about our authority and that we are authorized to assist with a couple of recommendations. Your accumulation breakout and your movement phase is going to be critical, guys. I mentioned this every session because it's relevant. It will never stop being relevant. And as I've mentioned before, there's a couple of guys that call it or term it differently. Some call it contraction phase, some expansion. So it's not so much about the term, it's about, like I say, identifying those critical points and what they look like. All right, so if you're ready, I'm ready. It's 16:03. Let's go and have a look and see what's happened since we left. All right. Hey, Ash, how's it? Everything all right? Let's go look at the dollar first, guys. Very interesting. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you now. I'll show you now. All right, beautiful. And then obviously to the guys that are joining us for the first time, thank you very much for joining me in the trading room. It's good to have you. All right. So here's that dollar, guys. We chatted about that this morning. And we do have a place, or at least a resistance, 110.355. Can you guys see this? That's a very dangerous sign there. Mike, can you see that? That's a very dangerous sign. Guys, there's a very big possibility we could see the opposite effect happening here. Can you guys see it? This looks like a resistance. There's money that's being obviously contracted together here. If you go to a shorter time frame, look at that resistance there. Guys, we could see us coming down here. Mike, we could see a weaker dollar here. Can you guys see that? We could see a weaker dollar. Finally, can you see it? We might get that here, yeah? Oh, thanks, Ash. Mr. W, we might just get a weaker dollar here. But it will be temporal. It's not going to be a permanent thing. It's not going to be a long term. Yes, but also remember it's still a resistance. It has to break out. So it's ascending. I agree with you 100%. And let me show the guys that ascending triangle. 100% agree with you. 100%. I agree with you 100%. Right? But remember, an ascending triangle needs that breakout. Isn't it so? So that's the ascending triangle that Isabella spotted. I think let's just give Isabella a round of applause there because it's beautifully spotted. Nicely done, yes? Beautiful. All right, Nyasha already. All right, that's brilliant, man. All right. So ascending triangle, ladies and gentlemen, critical for you guys to know the following. Look at this. So we need a breakout. We need a breakout to the top side. At this point, there's a resistance. We could come down first before, guys. This is a tricky one. I'm not going to encourage anything, like I said this morning. I'm not rushing anyone into trades here. We want to see what's happening. This thing could go either way. Are we together? Look at that. What's happened in the past? Let's go and look at the past. Ascending triangle. It did break. Look at that. Can you guys see this? Ascending triangle looks similar there, can break. So we're not disputing that. We're not saying that it's going to go down, but it has to break that resistance. Is everybody clear? It has to break the resistance, and that is going to be key for us here this afternoon. Is everybody clear? Remember, at 8, that's what we're looking for. 8 p.m., we are looking for that interest rate hike there to be stronger. That's what we're gunning for. We're going to have to watch. Let's go to the MT5, guys. Let's go and see what's happening on the MT5. Can you guys see my screen there? I did share it. This is a recap. You see what's happening and what has happened, guys? Nasdaq is the first index that we're going to check out. All right, so you can see it hasn't really moved from this morning, guys. This is why it's so dangerous to get into a specific trade. From this morning up until now, look at this. Everybody clear? Mike, from this morning up until now, it's just not moved. So imagine we did get into a long. See, that's why I wasn't rushing for any positions, guys. You can see there's a build-up happening, waiting for the Fed. Is everybody with me here? Build-up, waiting for the Fed. Can you see that consolidation happening there? Let's go and see what the S&P 500 is doing here. Also on an hour frame. Look at that. Now, what's very important about this is the following, guys. Are you guys ready here? You can see that there's lower highs there. And there's higher lows here. And we have our apex. And what's very important about this, guys, you guys know that I actually don't like the thickness of these specific trend lines. Let me make them a little bit thinner, which is the ideal. You want the ideal so you can see it better. Okay, are we together? So you can see it better. You can see the movement of price better. Look at that. So what we're seeing is it's obviously moving within this triangle. You can see there is the vertical line that I always show you guys. We are seeing this 3876 as a zone of, at this point, support, because price is a little, or it's traveled just above that 3876, or 7 pips above there. All right, so if it persists and we see price consistently moving, are we together past the finish line here, guys? All right. Remember, we are on top. This can happen. We can push up and we can come down later on. Can I say that again? With that result, we could push up and then come down again. Please understand that, guys. It doesn't mean just because we're above at this point that we're going to go all the way up. Is everybody clear? Okay, price can do this. Price can go up, hit that resistance over there, and then come down again. And then later on go up. Please understand that it does not mean we're going to travel all the way up from here, up. Look, there's a resistance here at the zone here. In fact, there's 2, but this is a small one. There's a lot of noise here. We can push up, come back down again, cross the finish line in the buy zone. Remember, this is the buy zone. That is the sell zone. All right, everybody clear? That is the sell zone, this area here. And this is the buy zone. So we're looking to see will it cross over in the buy zone. And if it does cross over in the buy zone, that gives us a signal there. All right, for a possible long. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on. Are you guys ready? Right, Dow Jones. Dow Jones, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that it's looking similar to that of the S&P. From our perspective, we've pushed up just a little bit. What's also key here, you can see that there is definitely a push down here. There are lower highs. You can see the lower highs there. And to see it even better, you can go to a 15-minute. to see the higher lows. All right, and then we want to get that apex in there just to see what it looks like. Remember, we're doing this to technically analyze and see where price is. You can see there's the lower highs, higher lows, and the same thing here. Same thing. All right. Hey, Mr. Puto, good to see you. Hey, Zeph. Good to see you on again. Remember, everybody, buy zone, sell zone. Everybody clear? Buy zone, sell zone. All right. Let's leave this one here to see what happens, guys. Nothing yet. I'm not rushing anyone into any trades. We can see where it is. It still needs to cross. Are we together? It still needs to cross. I'm not going to rush anyone into a trade there. Brent, we're back at this zone here, guys. What's very important, if I do this and I make it thin, or at least I thin it out, you can see we're back at that area there. Look at this. All right, let's leave this one. Let's leave this one alone as well. Just for now, we have our vertical line there. We have our resistance. Guys, if you look on the 1 hour, we've not gone above that 92.85. We've not gone above that 92.85. Everybody clear? So can we leave that for now? Let's just watch it and see what happens there on that side. Let's move over to WTI. The same here. Looks similar to Brent. Remember, if you go from a more momentum perspective, we are still 82.39. We're still here. Look at this. 82.39, still at that same support. If we break and close beneath 82, we'll look for an entry. But you can clearly see we are still bearish here, guys. We are still bearish at the support. Let's wait and see what happens. This announcement is obviously then from a 1 hour perspective, there's not much that has happened. Pushed up and we've just retraced that entire area. So price went up and it's retraced. Price went up and it's retraced. I'll say it again. From this morning, look at that. The entire day went up around 8 a.m. went up, hit that resistance, struggled to get there, struggled to go past, and we've retraced that entire push there. So we are consolidating within the zone here. All right, let's leave this one as well and see what happens moving forward. Remember, the 8 o'clock Fed interest rate is what we are gunning for. USD Swiss franc at the same place as this morning. Look at the hour frame. This is definitely waiting. It's a build-up. This you can see is a build-up. If you go to a 3 hour as an example here, look at that. It's a build-up. If you go to the 6 hour, you can see it's a build-up. Left side, right side. Everybody clear? And what's very important about this specific zone here, if you do this, that, look at the 50% level there. We are trading above it. Look at that. We're trading above it. Can you see it, Adele? Mike, can you see it? We're trading above it. Niasha, can you see that? Mr. W, can you see it? We are trading above 0.96127. We've not closed beneath yet. Fani, Lebohan, can you see that? And it happened here as well. Look at that. Rejected and went pushed up. So please be very careful here. All right, it's really looking mixed. It's looking mixed. So we gotta wait and see what happens with that announcement. I'm not gonna rush anyone. USD CAD. US looking stronger here, but we are at that resistance as I spoke to you this morning. And not much has actually happened here, guys. In fact, it's actually struggling. Look at all these are our candles coming up, struggling. Look how short they're becoming. That's a challenge. So even although we anticipate dollar strength, all right, there could be a delay that happens first. Let's wait and see. I'm going to leave that on just for us to notice and see what happens if that is a possibility today. Are we together? This could be a delay on the shorter time frames, meaning for today, the dollar weakens, but it does not mean it's going to push all the way down. Is everybody clear? It does not mean it's going to push all the way down. It could just be that that's the delay for now. The 1.32592, we're going to have to wait and see. Everybody clear? Everybody clear with this one, guys? 14 seconds, then I'm going to push ahead. 14 seconds, then I'm going to push on. All right. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. AUD USD. And then you go, when you look at this, we've broken beneath that 667.93. But this seems to be a support. If you go to a shorter time frame, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely a mixture. Some guys will call this a double bottom. Can you guys see that? Double bottom. So once again, we're getting a mixture here, guys. Please be careful today with the dollar. That is my plea to you. Nzd USD. From our perspective, you're seeing something similar here. There seems to be a bit of a retracement, but remember, this can happen. All right, Henny, this can happen. Look at this. We could, before 8 o'clock, push up like this, Mike. There's a very big possibility. Push up and then come down. Are we together, guys? That's what I'm saying. It's very dangerous to trade the market at this point. I'm still for the dollar strength. Are we together, everybody? I'm still for the dollar strength. If you look at the AUD USD from a daily perspective, and you put on a daily, look at that. Really looks like this is bearish. Great for the dollar to increase. But remember, when you shift and you drop down to the shorter time frames, you start seeing this kind of setup here. And that's the concerning part. So it doesn't mean that it won't move short. It's just for that moment in time that it pushes up. And the challenge is, if you have a stop loss here, it hits your stop loss. Are we together? And then it goes down. And that's the kind of thing that I'm referring to. It's not that we're wrong about our short in terms of dollar strength. But if we short it now and price pushes up and it hits your stop loss, takes you out, and then goes down, that's unnecessary frustration. That's the thing. Is everybody with me? That's the thing. All right. While we wait, 3/20/18. All right, you need to go to the MT5 first, please, for that, Elliot. Are we together? You need to go to the Mt5 Platform Training. That's the first place for you to stop by before you get to the trading room, please. All right. They'll show you how to work the platform, etc. The guys in here, they are already worked in that specific area. So please go to the Mt5. All right. Mt5 Platform Training. It will be on tonight at 6:30. All right, please, that's going to be very important for you, Elliot. Guys, can we move on? I want to go to GBP USD and the Euro USD, and then I also want to go to gold. All right, just give me a second here. I just want to sort Elliot out here. Elliot, here's the details. All right. There's the details for you. That's for tonight. All right. Shemaine, that's the thing. This is not for us to place a trade right now. And that specific question, it goes back to what I said this morning. What type of a trader are you? What kind of risk palette do you have? If you have time, then you are using shorter time frames. If you don't have time, you're using longer time frames. All right, so that's going to be very important there. Your time will determine what time frames you use. Are we together, everybody? Can I please say that again? Your schedule will determine what time frames you use. If you have a schedule, you're trading the minute frames. That's where your entries are. But you are still getting your momentum or your direction from the higher time frames. You're not just going to go to a minute frame and place a trade. Is everybody clear there? You still need to go and analyze, look where the direction of the market is. Do you see that? And then you're going to place your trade on the shorter time frames. Yes. Is it riskier? Yes, definitely. When you place trades on a shorter time frame, all right, your risk is 100% elevated. It's just what it is, because the spikes, the candles are longer. Are we together? It can reach your stop loss faster. Your stops are tighter. But if you are trading, all right, a longer time frame, your stops are wider. All right, so be very careful that your schedule determines the time frame that you are using. All right. If time permits, Sammy, it's like I said, that would probably be in our next session. All right, Sammy, if time permits, I'm thinking it will not happen today. It will probably happen tomorrow. All right. Nzd Usd, I chatted to you about this. 59465. If you go to this zone here, look at that. The next area to be, hold on for me. Remember, if we are selling, we are looking for the next long. So I'm going back and I'm trying to find it. Just give me a sec. Yeah, that's the place right there. About 60. We're on there. I'm in for the AUD, open a position per size, and I'm in profit. Look, Zev, I understand that. So if you had opened up, and guys, Zeferino is saying something very important there. For the guys that's reading that specific comment, they might be pushed to go and sell now. Is everybody with me? Because he's saying that he is in a profit. And he entered in yesterday. That was yesterday. The opposite can happen today. So be very careful there. Are we together? That's why whenever I read someone's comments about profits and so forth, I try to get context. For the guy that's going to enter into the short now, what happens if you enter now? Zeph is already in from yesterday. Are we together? He's already in. He is in profits. He's got a different situation to if you're going to enter now. If you enter for that short now, and this thing goes the opposite direction, you have every right to blame Zeferino. Are we together, everybody? All right, because it's in his favor right now. He's got profits. But if the dollar weakens, that idea, that trade signal that he's talking about there, it means nothing at this point in time. Does that make sense, everybody? So read it in context to what's happening today. Not just yesterday is in profits, beautiful, there we go. But right now, where are we? He can take his profits. Are we together? Yeah, you go in. He's all the way to the bank. He's smiling. He made his money. And here you are, with, you have a frown. Does it make sense? So be very careful. When you read someone say, I'm in profits, I entered the trade, read it in context. Don't just see the sell and say, I'm selling. That's what guys are doing out there. Does that make sense? But not in here. Here, we want context. Is everybody clear? I think there's merit in mentioning that. And that's why I say what he said is important. It's helping everybody. All right. Adele says, he likes to brag. Hey, Zev, Adele's with you, she just pops out these comments, Check Zev, that he's speechless, Adele. You made him speechless. He's not saying anything. Let's go to GBP USD. Oh, thanks for that lekker chuckle. That was a good chuckle. GBP USD, my good people. 1.08087. We spoke about it this morning. We're not engaging here. If you look at it from a minute perspective, guys, there is a lower low here. There is a lower low here. All right. And that rejection, well, that happened today. So if Zeph is right, about that short, guess what? We're going down here as well. Does that make sense, everybody? If Zeph is right, if he's in the right direction, and that dollar does strengthen today, this is brilliant here. Then we will definitely take the time to say, Zeph, spot on. Does that make sense, everybody? Rejection today created a lower low there. You can see it, lower low, rejecting. This looks like a nice support. But this is also dangerous for the guys that are starting out. Does that make sense? So remember this morning, I said to you guys, the aim here is not for me to sound smart and try to impress with lingo and analysis. And no, we're trying to accommodate people. We're trying to say, guys, if you're new, be careful. If you're more experienced, all right, let's share. But what's important, you can see this is very choppy here. Does that make sense? This is very choppy. So there's no direction in this movement here. And even if you go to our frame, look at that. It's consolidation. Is everybody clear there, guys? I think this is a very, very nice example to use to say this is extremely choppy. This you can see is a sign that they're waiting for that result. That's it. They're waiting for the result here. All right. Zev said, then bragging goes higher, Adele. Hey, I think you hit the nerve there, Adele, you know. I think you hit the nerve there. Zev check, she's even agreeing. Zev, I'm waiting for a response. All right, let's go to Euro USD. Man, I love this room. Euro USD, let's go. Let's go see what's happened. Then we're going to go to USD JPY. All right, Euro USD and then USD JPY. Zev, I'm waiting. Semi says Zev and Laik are the same crew. Zev, we're waiting. 1 hour chart. Euro USD. Look at this sucker right here. If I go to the minute frame, look at this minute frame. I'm going to do the same thing. And Henny, what I do with the minute frame is I find the lowest low. Look at that. Lowest low. And then you can see that it has rejected ever since. It has not gone back to that area there. Do you see that? So if you go to an hour frame, you're seeing the same rejection, guys. Not to blow smoke up Zeph there, but you know, Zeph could be onto something with that short. I'm not saying you should go for it, but guys, remember, if we are doing short-term trading the shorter time frames, are we together? It might not, once again, push all the way down. We can push up, wick, big rejection, and then come down. And let me show you what it can look like. Let me show you what it can possibly look like, all right? So you could find price pushes all the way up and then leaves that long wick there. Can you see that? And then you have that candle there. And then the next one pushes down. Now, this is the problem. The guys get in when they see price moving up, up, up. They start longing. Long, 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 long. Do you see that? Price gets to this zone, and then they're like, oh, yes, price is going down. Watch this. Price goes down. Big problems now. And then guess what? Now you put in there 0.50. Are we together? Now you put a 0.50 in there. Now you're blowing your account. Is everybody with me here? So we want to be smart. We want to say, wait, we understand that the dollar could strengthen, it could weaken. So you know what? Instead of us just jumping in because of what it looks like right now, let's give it, the time it deserves. Isn't it so, everybody? Aren't we similar to our kids? We sometimes, and I'm going to use the word sometimes, they have patience. Patience and say, listen, I'm going to leave you to process this thing. Maybe it's a bad habit. It came from somewhere. I'm going to give you some time to get this out of your system. All right, I'll give you a week. I'll give you a week. If it's not out of there in a week's time, we're gonna have a totally different conversation. I'll invite a few friends over. Yeah, are we together? So here we can see it looks bearish, but we want to give it a bit of time. There is enough opportunity for us to make some cash. We are not suffering from FOMO here. All right, fear of missing out. We're not suffering from that thing. All right, everybody, we want to have strong minds mentally. All right, guys, and I'm saying that strong minds mentally intentionally, because that's a very important trait to have in this thing. All right, look at this. USD JPY is looking a great here too. We're above the 143.199, 144.705. But guys, to be honest with you, that's an area of rejection. We can push down here. All right, if I go to the shorter time frames, look at that. Look at the struggle. Can you see the struggle, guys? Look at that. If I do put a specific zone there, remember, ascending triangle, yes, it's not wrong. You're not wrong for identifying it. Isabel, you're not wrong. But remember, we have to break that area there. Now, can I please mention this to you guys? From where price is now to there is only about 71 pips, right, Henny? It's 71 pips, right? So guess what? Your long could be right for 71 pips. But let's say your take profit is up here, just as an example. So you're right, going up, 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 up. And the moment it gets to 144, it starts to drop. Do you see that, everybody? Everybody clear there, guys? Is everybody clear? And remember, this is an hour frame. That's an hour frame. So if I go to a higher time frame, hold on. If I go to a weekly, look at the rejection at that 144. Do you see the problem there, guys? Look at the rejection on the higher time frame. And that's the challenge I have. So you could be right for 71 pips, but it's rejected 2 weeks in a row. So who's to say it's not going to reject again? Does that make sense, everybody? And then you have your TP up there. So you long it, goes up, rejects, comes back down, and then you're sitting in an unnecessary deficit. All right, so let's watch it. Let's see how it responds. Everybody okay with that? Everybody cool with that, guys? Okay, let's move on to gold. Let's move on to gold. All right, here we go. Gold, we saw there was a bit of a push up this morning. You guys remember that? There was a little bit of a push up this morning. We actually put a support in place. Is it still resisting? I don't know why it's taking so long. Should have changed already. Let me just see if I can find another chart. It should have changed. Let me just get another chart up. All right, because I'm not going to wait too long. I don't have patience for that. There we go. So that one I don't have patience for. It's resisting. Look at this. Hey. Look at that resistance there. And then what's going to be very important here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Can you guys see the past few days here? Today, this is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, last week, Friday. Can you guys see that? Don't forget to put your period separators on, all right? Period separators help you distinguish what's happening for the past 3-4 days. That's control Y. Please write that down. Control Y. So it's control, and then you just press Y. Period separators. If you put on an hour frame, you are looking at days. These are the small little things that guys won't tell you. This is 1 day. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4, 5, and 6. Can you guys see that? Those are days separated. It's important that you know that. Now, if I do this, look at this. That's a resistance. This is a area where we can TP 1734. Can you see that? But what should it do? it should break the consolidation that's been running today, Tuesday, Monday, and last week, Friday. Can you guys see that? So this would mean that this is a possible long to 1734. Can you guys see the specific setup here now? So please make sure that you are well aware of your period separators here. That's what a lot of guys do not do. Now, remember, I'm going to even go a bit deeper here. All right, I'm going to go a bit deeper here. That's the hour frame. That's the hour frame, isn't it so? If you go to the daily, now you're going to look at the monthly view. Would you guys like to see that? Let's see how this one fits in when you look at the month of September. Can I go there? Patience is a virtue worthy of reward. Oh, Adele, I didn't know you were a poet. I'm going to go to the daily now. Here's the daily. Look at this. Now, from a September perspective, what's today? 21st. 21st, isn't it so? So 21 days has passed, guys. We hit a resistance. Are we going to revisit that area in the month of September? Now you are taking the hour frame and you're putting it in context to the month. I'll say that again. You're taking the hour frame, which was here. Look at this, there. Do you see this? Consolidation, a TP, or an exit to possibly go, hold on, to 1734. That's 500 pips away. That's a very nice move. But the question is, will it move there in context to the month? So how do you look for the month? This is for the week. It's an hourly frame. So you got to go to the daily frame. Look there, daily. And we're looking at the entire month of September here. This is September. That's August. We're not going to August high. That's August high. This is August high. Is everybody with me? All right, I'm going to zoom out. August high. Look at July's low here. We came from July's high there, which was a previous high from June. I'll say that again. I know it's a mouthful at times, but I want you to hear me. June, can you see June here, guys? All right, June, can you guys see that? Hold on for me, hold on for me. See this here. This is my crosshair. This is my crosshair. This is June. June comes down, hits a high, comes down to this area here. From June, look at this. All right, guys. Comes down, hits that dip there. Retraces back in August. Can you guys see this? July hits the dip. August. Look at September. September creates a lower low. Can you guys see this? Creates a lower low. So now the question is, are we going to revisit the high of September, not the high of August? And if we visit or revisit the high of what? September that it's created, we went to a shorter time frame. We're looking at that specific area. Look at this. That could be, from a shorter time frame perspective, a trade for us. Everybody clear? Is everybody clear there, guys? 14 seconds, and then I will let everybody let me know. Is everybody clear there? So let's wait and see if it does happen. What's also important here, guys, is to note that we looked at, from a daily perspective, guys, we saw that it is resisting at these areas here. But now let's zoom out. Look at that. From a higher time frame perspective, do you see this? We have hit a very nice support. So if I go back, Henny, Mike, if I go back, look where price is here. That is a valid zone, 1734. Look at that. Can you see it? 1734. Are we together? That is a valid level there because it happened before. All right. If it does push lower, remember we are selling. So are we getting out at the bid or the ask? Are we getting out at the bid or the ask? We're selling. We are selling. So are we getting out at the bid or the ask price? Sammy, think again. Tato, yes. Let's give Tato a round. If we are bidding, we got to get out at the ask price. If you're asking, you got to get out the bid price. Don't forget that. We discussed it this morning. So where's the highest bid price here? Look at this. Can you see that wick there? Henny, can you see that wick there? That wick? Look at that one there. That's a higher ask price. And that's where price reacted, 16.12. That looks doable. Mike, can you see it? 16.12 there. Now watch, as I go back to the front of the chart, that would be Aud Jpy if we go down. How many pips is that? 400. You can divide that in two. How do you divide that in two? How do you divide that in two? I want to see. I told someone this afternoon, I also like asking questions. I get asked a lot of questions, so I also like to ask questions. How do you divide that into two? Can someone point me in the right direction? Yeah, how do you? There we go. Let's give Fani, Adele a round of applause. Check Adele being smart there now. Adele, I just had to poke you back. You know, I had to poke you back. A poke for a poke. All right, look at this, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. All right, so we divide it into two. So our TP there, Henny, for the guys like Francesco that was here this morning, can you see it? 1633 becomes his TP there, Mike. If I go to a even shorter time frame, let me take this off. Hold on, guys. Let me just take that off so you can see it. And I'm going to make this a perforated line or striped or whatever you want to call it. That would be the TP, 1633. Can you see it? So from there to there, 226 pips. That makes more sense to some of the guys that want to get out now. Are we together? But the guys that want to hold it, obviously 1612. That's if we go down. So now we have, look at this, on both sides. We have a long, we have a short. And we're doing that from this area here. So if I take my rectangle, we're doing it from that area there. So it's either up or down. Do you see what we're doing here? We're trying to plan for both sides based on what the news does. So if the news comes out to be positive, we have a plan. If the news is negative, we have a plan. That's what we're trying to implement here, all right? Please correct me if I'm wrong here. I think it was Benjamin Franklin. He said, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. I hope I'm right. He said, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. Are we together? So this is a two-way plan for what happens tonight. Everybody clear with that? All right, everybody clear? Can I move on? And this is what you want in many circumstances, all right, everybody? You want to have a plan for both ways. Can I even be more specific? Choose certain securities in the beginning for you to learn how to track them well. If you're trading too many stuff, let's say you're trading 50 pairs, you're going to confuse yourself. Does that make sense? You'll confuse yourself. So start off with like 5 or 6 of them. Learn them well. Because I can guarantee you today, guys, I can put my head on a block here. My mom used to say that to me, Ashley, accept my cop up a block. I can put my head on a block here. What you see in those 6, you pick up in the other 30 as well. Is everybody with me? What you pick up in those 6 there that you are doing now, you will see it in the other 30 or 40 that you, because they are similar. It's cyclical movement. There's nothing new under the sun. Does that make sense? There might be little, features here and there that you say, okay, this one is different in that sense. But for the most part, they are the same. Everybody with me? One said, I've got this brown hair. I don't know. Are we together with brown, brunette, black? I don't know. Adele is blonde. Are we together? So different hairstyles. Henny there, nice. Are we together? Different eyebrow shades, different eye colors, but we all human at the same time. Does it make sense? 2 eyes, 1 nose, hopefully 1 nose. Are we together? I've never seen it different than that, but maybe I'm ignorant in that area. Are we together? but it's the same movement, sometimes expressed differently, but it's the same movement. All right, everybody clear with that? And those are some of the principles that many guys do not see when they are trading. All right, I'm going to go to CAD JPY now as a matter of interest for a possible short. Can I please give you guys these specific zones here? A possible short on CAD JPY. It is not to do with anything regarding the dollar. Obviously, the CAD is pegged with the US, but in this case, the yen. I have a TP here for you. Please write this down for me, guys. Please write this down for me, and then you let me know if you're interested. All right, 105.512. Please write that down. 105.512. Write that down for me, and then I'll place it or put it here as well, and we'll see how this one performs. All right. All right, Warren is interested. Women have balls as well, eyeballs. All right, I'm gonna give that to you, Adele. I'm gonna give it to you. 513. There we go. Anyway, we can't wait until you see that one. You know what it is. 105.513. Warren, are you interested? Anyone else interested in the short here, ladies and gentlemen? We have the AUD JPY advancing down as well. All right, let's get our position size calculator out here to see this. All right, even if you look at it from a longer time frame perspective, you can see it's really pushed down nicely. Even from a daily, you can see we're really pushing down. For short, 105.513, 191 pips. Absolutely, John. Warren says I was in a buying CAD since yesterday and I cried. Well, thanks for the honesty there, you know, Warren. Appreciate it. Love it. They say real men cry. So, or am I going to get a counter here? They say real men cry. I don't know if I'm going to get a counter from some of the ladies, you know. I'm not going to name any names, just follow my eyes, you know. All right. So here we have 192 pips. If you're looking for a specific stop loss, good people, we have a stop loss roughly around 108.494. Are we together? 108.494. Obviously, here you can increase your volumes. 0.01, risk 7 Rand there, guys. That doesn't seem right, but let's see. Yeah, this doesn't seem right. Let me just make a note of that. That does not seem right. I'll just check it out afterwards. All right. Yes. Hey, yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. All right. So 105.513, stop loss 108.494. All right. I have another one here, guys, that I want us to look at. Is everybody clear with the CAD JPY? Should I give you a couple more seconds? Risk 129. You see, Mike, it could be data that's not pulling through from my side here. What's the reward there, Mike? On a 0.01. Hold on. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. This is my dollar account here. This is a dollar account, so that should be $7 there. Okay, that's why. Okay, got it now. 238. Got you. So if you're using a dollar account, that's $13 there. And if you're using a Rand account, guys, you're looking at about 238 Rand and 129 Rand risk. All right. Let me know, guys, if you're interested. I'm going to give everybody 14 seconds. Then I'm going to go to the next one, AUD JPY. Also seems to be a short that's also playing out there. But I want you guys to go and see it for yourself. And then I'm going to give you the levels there as well. All right, I'll give you the levels. You guys ready for that? Let's see what the guys are saying. And then I'm going to push on. All right. AUD JPY for a possible short. All right, Adele's in there. Thibaut's in. Fani's in. Mike is in. All right, beautiful. Aud Jpy. I'm also in here. Short. I'll give you the stop loss. I'm going to give you the TP as well. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to see. I think there's still someone else is trying to get in here. All right. Take profit, ladies and gentlemen. Please write this down for me. 93. We had 95 now. 93.888. Please write that down. 93.888. 93.888. Can you guys see it? Let me put that down. Now, please don't be fooled by what you see here in terms of space. That's 193 pips. When you look at it from a higher time frame perspective, do you see that? You guys there? 93.888. I'm going to give you a stop loss here as well. Okay. I'll give you a stop loss. Give me a sec. $187. There we go. Guys, 96.806. 96.806. All right. And what's very important about this, guys, if you do look at where the TP is, trend line broken, but I want to use a fib. Sorry, a fib fan. Henny, I'm using a fib fan here. A fib fan is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. Sorry, I got the wrong one. That's the Fibonacci I'm using. I want to use the fan. You can use it as a trend line. And the deeper it breaks, can you see that the deeper it breaks, 38, 50, 61, the stronger movement you see down here to the downside. Can you guys see that? It's touched it. This is unfinished business here. This is a very important wick. That's a very important wick over there. All right, everybody. Unfinished business, meaning price needs to correct at some point. Is everybody clear with that one, guys? Needs to correct it. All right. The spread column under the market watch windows, it should be there. You can also look at the bid and the ask over together. Just look at the bid and the ask. The 1 pip spread there. You're looking to the fourth number, 89.18, 89.19. There's 17. There's 8. There's a 1 pip spread. So look at the last four numbers there. Are you with me? Look at these last two numbers there, 53, 54, 1 pip spread. Are we together? Are we together there, Ash? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, guys, if you want to, you can go to your mobile phone as well. You can actually spot it easier there. If you go to your quotes, you'll see that it also gives you a number there on your mobile phone. There's a little number. If it's 3 numbers, it will be 3 numbers. Always remember, leave the last number, only use the numbers in front of the last one. That will give you your pips. All right. Is everybody clear with that? Mike, can I just have the risk there real quick and the reward? I like to involve the guys. Just give me the risk here quickly. If we're going to TP it down to 93.888. Let's see what the guys are saying there. The bone collector, anyone still in Euro CHF? Guys, here's a question from the bone collector. Anyone still in Euro CHF? All right, Henny is not. Anyone else? Thanks, Mike. Risk 110, reward 250. All right, Liatle. Saying that it's not a good idea. Give us some more reasons. It's good. Give us some more reasons there. Let the guys hear what you're saying. It's good. It's good. I want to see different kinds of opinions. Look at this. Rejection zone. Last week's candle pushed down. That retracement could take place, but I like the opposing views. I like it. Euro CHF almost at TP, fantastic. I'm still in Euro CHF, about to hit TP. We're waiting for you, Liatle. Also, guys, I'm going to go to the Euro CHF and just mention something here. Guys, it's about to hit the TP 95326. What's very important about this, it's great that it's hitting that specific TP. But what you must also remember, everybody, is guys that got out here already. Is everybody with me? There's guys that got up there already. There's guys that are saying, listen, man, I hear you. I shorted it down. I took it down 99 pips. I put 3 standard lots on it. Do you see that? 3 standard lots. I made my money. I'm out. But there's guys that maybe put in a 0.01 and they're leaving it so they can get that extra cash there. So it all depends on your style, your approach. Does it make sense? Not everybody's going to get out at the same place. All right. Everybody clear? Overall momentum is bullish. Look at the weekly. That's on the Aud Jpy. All right. So Liat is giving us a counter here. Good. Let's take this off. Let's look at it from a weekly perspective. It's looking bullish. All right. What about this rejection here? Liatle? What about this rejection here? So there's the breakout. Remember, this was resistance. There's the breakout. Are you sure you are not looking at the overall and forgetting that what is presently happening as a question? Because remember, overall, if you look at that, I agree. We are, but look at this. Look at the rejection there. Rejected there before. Are we together? Can you see this? Rejected before and pushed down. Look at all these candles here. So overall, from a bullish momentum, agree? But this retracement could still be happening here. So you think it's going to bounce from here? No, that's cool. Let's do that. Guys, is there anyone that agrees with this? A bounce from here? All right, so 95.653. Is there anyone that would like to take a long on the Aud Jpy instead of the short? I like this, guys. I like the opposing views. I love it. Anyone that would like to take a long on this one here instead of a short? Who else sees the bounce here? Anyone else that sees the bounce of the Aud Jpy? Let's see what the guys are saying. Niasha says, anyone else? So it's Liatle, Niasha, anyone else that sees the bounce there at 95.653? Is that all? What's the W? All right, I see. All right, so we're going to check this one out. It's going to be brilliant tomorrow then in the trading room, guys. I love it when this happens, eh? When there's opposing views, I love it because we come back and then we see what is actually transpired. All right, I saw a comment on the DXY. Hey, I saw a comment on the DXY. Woo, you see what I mean, guys? Yeah, we're breaking out here. 15 minutes is broken. Let's go and see the hour. Let's go see. We have a breakout here. Now, remember, what did we anticipate initially this morning? Was it dollar strength or dollar weakness? What did we anticipate initially? Exactly, and it was up. That's what we anticipated. We would like to see dollar strength, isn't it so? And so this then relates back to those levels that we had with those dollar pairs. Does that make sense? So if I go back to the USD Swiss franc, let's just quickly go back to the USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc. Do you see how this zone becomes possible now? Can you see that zone that we drew this morning? It becomes possible now. If we break out, but the DXY is not showing the reaction on the USD Swiss franc. That's the problem that I'm seeing here. If the dollar index is pushing up so heavily, why is it not coming out here? Does that make sense? And here meaning we need to go above 96676. Is everybody clear there, guys? All right. If I go to USD CAD, do you see anything here? That's the problem. Look at that. The USD is not showing a lot of strength there. Exactly. And that's the problem. That's why I'm saying it's very dangerous. AUD USD. Now remember, Zeph is in for a short. He's in for a short here. Don't forget that. Look where we are here. Same hour frame. Look at this. Look at that. Ooh, it's going to be very interesting here. I'm going to quickly go to the indices. I'm going to go to the Nasdaq. I'm going to go to the Dow, and we're going to see what's happening there real quick. Also showing nothing. Look at that. It's changing red and green, but that's about it. All right. That's about it. S&P. Ash, I hope for your sake this thing does not go the other way for you, even for that short. All right. I hope it does not go the other way. Look at that. So guys, it's better to put humor to it, you know. Otherwise you'll stress for 3 hours. I mean, 8 o'clock is 3 hours old. So guys, let's give it a pause. Hopefully we come out with some good results. Are we together? Dollar strength. We can get into some trades. Are we together? I'm looking for some trades tomorrow with the dollar. I just want to see what happens with these specific results. All right, everybody. If it comes out very nicely, let's get into some trades. It will be good, but let's see what that Fed decision interest rate does for us. All right. Everybody cool? All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, man. So I'll see you guys then at 9:30. All right. Yes, it's at 8 p.m. Liatle, Aud Jpy, my friend. We're on that. We're going to see what's happening there. You're welcome there, Annie. Werner, you're welcome. Fanny, you're welcome. That Aud Jpy is going to be an interesting one there, Liatle. It's going to be so good, man. I love it. I love it. This is where it gets real. All right. I'll see you guys at 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow. Sharp here. All right. Ciao, ciao. You're welcome. Zimpiwe, you're welcome. Have a good evening too there, Charmaine. Enjoy load shedding, guys. Enjoy load shedding. 4 hours, 4 hours. All the guys on YouTube, thanks for joining us here, QT. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining this session. Ciao, ciao.